We're told extreme success requires brutal sacrifice. The standard formula demands 100-hour work weeks, chronic stress, and wearing sleep deprivation as a badge of honor. But over the last 20 years, interviews with elite founders, from Elon Musk to the Dalai Lama, reveal a completely different reality. Their actual operating systems run in direct opposition to chaotic hustle. Publisher Kane discovered this the hard way. Surviving a severe stroke shattered his illusion that time is infinite. He realized his time on Earth was finite capital, and health could not be treated as an afterthought. If reactive burnout and relentless grinding predictably lead to physical collapse rather than true freedom, the standard approach to scaling your impact is broken. The highest performers treat their mental and physical vitality as their most critical infrastructure. Media mogul Arianna Huffington ignored this infrastructure until she collapsed from exhaustion, hitting her head on her desk. Like Kane's stroke, her physical failure proved that your external business relies entirely on your internal state. Elite thinkers channel these traumatic wake-up calls through two specific concepts. First is mortality motivation, a sharp daily awareness that our days are numbered, forcing strict prioritization. The second is Kensho, the Zen practice of using extreme pain and catastrophic failure as the primary curriculum for rapid personal growth. To build this internal resilience, they use counterintuitive methods. Biohacker Dave Asprey maps brainwaves and found that the spiritual act of deep, repetitive forgiveness actually rewires the brain's physical structure, creating intense calm. You cannot scale an operation if the founder is bleeding on the floor. A fortified inner game must be built before the outer game can expand. True freedom does not come from avoiding structure. It comes from deliberately engineering it. Kane maps this out through the 6 freedoms. By securing time and health first, you build the foundation required to unlock wealth and creative freedom. Once those 4 are secure, you achieve true location and travel freedom. To bind these structural pieces together, you need a massive mission. When Elon Musk set the goal to colonize Mars and back up humanity, he didn't make his job harder. Setting an impossibly large goal actually makes execution easier because it acts as a magnet for the world's top-tier engineering talent. Installing these rigid frameworks eliminates daily survival pressure. It gives you the bandwidth to stop reacting and start building. Yet thousands of highly knowledgeable experts stay trapped locally, never reaching a global audience. This graphic identifies the primary hurdle to scaling. Most experts stall because they treat knowledge as their only asset, a model that keeps them anchored to their immediate, local environment. This diagram shows the alternative architecture used by the 0.1%. Instead of relying on raw knowledge, they systemize it into multiple scalable assets, things like podcasts, digital communities, and extensive content libraries. Richard Branson applied this concept of leverage perfectly. Stuck with a canceled flight, he used upside-downside thinking. He accepted the downside of renting a plane, immediately sold the empty seats to stranded passengers, and turned a temporary travel delay into the permanent asset that became Virgin Atlantic. Converting these transient actions into permanent, scalable assets provides the mechanical leverage required to move your story beyond a local audience. The final piece of this operating system is an entirely integrated life, where play is a high-performance tool. In this system, happiness functions as a high-performance input. This blisscipline fuels the resilience and creativity necessary to sustain a world-changing mission without burning out. John D. Rockefeller, once the richest man alive, practiced this daily. He described his life as one long, happy holiday, filled with both work and play in equal measure. Freedom and global impact are engineered states. You build them by deliberately replacing reactive hustle with intentional structure. By protecting your internal state and systemizing your knowledge into global assets, you stop being a victim of your environment. You become the architect of your own impact.